welcome to another episode of Ask Erin Pavlina. Today's question comes from Laura. She writes, "Can you explain what channeling is, and is that something anyone can do, or does it require a certain natural ability?" Okay, there are three ways to channel, and channeling is basically when you are tuned into a being that is on a higher vibration or higher plane with the intention of receiving information that's going to help you with your life. That's really all channeling is. It's getting information outside of yourself. So there are three kinds of channeling. The simplest form of channeling is to simply use your own intuition to tune into your helpers on the other side. For example, your spirit guides, or your higher self, angels, and maybe even deceased relatives. In this way, you do like a meditation, and you get in tune with your guides or other people on the other side. And you ask them questions that were designed to help give you insight and wisdom into your life path. So that would be, you are completely conscious of what's happening, you are completely in control, and you're the one asking all of the questions. And then maybe you write down the information that you're getting so you can remember it later. The next level up from that would be allowing an entity or a higher vibrational being to sort of step into your body and use your vocal cords to communicate and express information that is designed to help you or potentially other people who might be in the room. When you do this level of channeling, you have to get to a very high vibration, and you have to give permission for some higher vibrational being or beings to use your body to communicate. But in this kind of channeling, you are aware of what's happening, and you're sort of just kind of pushed back in your own brain or your own psyche, and you're letting the channeling information come through, but you're capable of stopping it at any time. At the highest level of, and you remember everything that you have stated. At the highest level of channeling, it would be trance channeling, and that's when you have agreed to completely step out of your body to let the other beings in, and they use your body and your vocal cords and your hands to communicate their messages, usually to a group. In this case, you will have no memory of anything that you've said because you are not there. You have completely stepped aside and vacated your body in favor of allowing them to use your body to communicate. A good example of that is Esther Hicks, who channels Abraham, which is a collective consciousness that gives a lot of wisdom to a lot of people. So there are really sort of three levels. Can anyone channel? Yeah. You can certainly, definitely connect with your own guides at any time. That first level of channeling we talked about, you can tune into your guides and get information that will help you with your life and give you wisdom and insight. Everybody can do that with a little practice. The next level up, where you allow something to overtake your body while you're still aware, it's possible. It's possible for most people to do that. I don't know that I'd recommend that, because as soon as you start giving up control of your body, you run into a situation where whatever you've invited in may not want to leave so quickly. So in the second case that I mentioned, it would be a lot easier to push the entity out if you didn't want it connecting with you. But still, it's not something that I would dabble with or play with unless you can get yourself to a super high vibration, and make sure you bring in the protection of your angels and your guides to make sure that you're not taken advantage of by any kind of entity. At the highest level, the trance channeling, I do not recommend doing that unless you are extremely well versed in how to raise your vibration and how to handle any kind of entity that comes through. A lot of people recently that I know have attempted to communicate and channel with beings on the other side, and it's a very cool thing to do, and you get a lot of interesting information. But some of them have not reached a high enough level of vibration in order to bring in a high enough highly vibrating entity. And that's very dangerous, because if you are channeling something that's of a lower vibrational frequency, you're going to get information from them that could even be destructive to your life. These would be entities that want to put you in a state of fear, that would make threats and would not want you to be happy because they feed off the fear. So I have seen that happen to some people. They're channeling, but they're channeling entities that are not healthy. Let's put it that way. So it's not something you want to dabble in, but it's definitely something that first level I talked about of tuning into your own guides is definitely a good idea. You can get a lot of good insights and wisdom from that. So I do recommend that. Hope that answers your question.